underscores our dedication to addressing immediate challenges and the long-term social and economic impact on youth in occupied Palestine. We aim to facilitate broad discussions on the consequences of aggression and propose immediate solutions for inclusive social and economic development. Right after the attack on Gaza, ICYF General Assembly swiftly condemned the barbaric attacks, tragic genocide, and war crimes committed by the Israeli occupation across all platforms. We actively disseminated the OIC member states' communiques, amplifying the global voice denouncing the atrocities against Palestinian children, women, and unarmed civilians. Let us advocate to stop the heinous attacks on civilians in Gaza and implement urgent humanitarian aid to save the lives of innocents. It's time to work together and harder for inclusive social policies tailored to the needs of children and youth, and ensuring their active participation in the decision-making processes globally and why not in Gaza.
Children, including infants and newborns who don't die of the bombardments, die of hunger, illness, lack of medical care, or hypothermia as they are forced in the cold of winter to live in makeshift tents, overcrowded UN shelters, or in the streets. This war must end now, and a humanitarian ceasefire is the only measure that can immediately stop this epic suffering of children. It is the only way to enable humanitarians to reach those in dire need throughout Gaza.
The future of hundreds of thousands of Palestinian children looks indeed uncertain and gloomy as 214 schools in the Gaza Strip have been damaged or destroyed by the Israeli attacks, halting many children's ability to access education for the foreseeable future. The children in the occupied Palestinian territory are being subjected to indiscriminate attacks by Israel amid a terrifying war for the fourth consecutive month.
And while Israel must be held accountable for the destruction, and I think we should pursue them through the ICJ and through other judicial processes for compensation for the damage. We should never forget what has happened. And Israel has been paid compensation by many states, including Germany, billions and billions of dollars for the Holocaust. I think Israel must be held accountable too and ask for compensation. But while we're doing that, the United Nations and the OIC community in particular, our brothers from Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, all of us who are in a position to help should plan for the reconstruction of Gaza. And it will have to be reconstructed. It's a huge enterprise that will have to be taken. And the Palestinian people of Gaza should not be made to pay the price of being homeless, displaced. We as the international community and we as the Arab and Islamic brothers of Palestine who are committed, our commitment to solidarity, we should draw up a reconstruction plan with reconstruction of hospitals, schools and other services, perhaps the energy, water supply, etc. That plan we should prepare. The Islamic Development Bank, I'm sure, can take a leadership role in
we need to stop being cross-eyed and figure out, put on some real looking glasses that will get our eyes in one direction. And the direction is clear. End of occupation, end of impunity, and a Palestinian state viable on the 67 borders with East Jerusalem as its capital. Before that, none of this about peace for Israel or for anybody else in the area is not going to happen. So long as occupation exists, if every single Palestinian, I'm sorry Fida, I don't mean it like that, but if every single Palestinian dies tomorrow, the issue of Palestine is not going to die. And people need to understand that. And once that is understood, then we can come to terms and sit around the table and be able to have this conversation.
All these multiple and consecutive traumas make the psychosocial support process of children even more difficult. One of the initiatives of our ministry is the evacuation of Palestinian children to our country so that they can continue their lives under human dignity and ensure their psychosocial support. In this regard, our child care institutions have been furnished, staff have been employed and made ready for service to ensure that Palestinian children are taken under protection and care in our country. All their needs will be met and psychosocial support will be provided. Our negotiations with Palestinian side are ongoing. As our President Recep Tayyip Erdogan says, Turkey will continue to stand by the oppressed people of Palestine, as it has always done so until today. The international community must also stand in solidarity with the people of Gaza to secure their rights and ensure a future of hope and opportunity for generations to come. Thank you very much.